are live. It's Wednesday. Walea, it is Wednesday. Let's get excited. For some reason, she thought it was Tuesday because of the holiday. But it is Wednesday, July 7th. I am your host, Dr. Joshua Golden, and I'm excited for my guest, our very own patient, Get Fit Tori. So Tori's going to be joining us in a matter of moments, and we're going to get this party started. Let's go ahead and wave. Tori, let's do this. The people are waiting for you. If you heard that loud sound, still at the office. Hi, Dr. Zuli. Getting close. Tori, where are you? Let's go, let's go, let's go, Tori. Let's see. There we go. Boom. Hello, South Florida. How you doing? How you doing, PDS South Florida?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm your patient and I'm on time.
Yes, because you had me nervous for a second. I'm like, where you at? We start on time. On time, but you did it.
I did a practice with my friend on Instagram to make sure, because I don't really do live. So I was like, I gotta go. I have to be on time. So I'm here.
Well, thank you for joining us. For everybody out there, Tori is normally busy on Wednesdays at 7:30. She teaches a class.
Yes.
Someone said make you sing for coming late. I'm not gonna make her sing. She was on time. She was
I
just
was
trying to
on
get
time
to the
and
front
I
of the
can't
room.
sing. So no, we can't do that. I mean, I would try, but
But Tori, thank you so much for joining us.
thank you
Tell
for
your
having me.
class thank you for letting you go for
They're
one night.
coming in now. I told them to come in for a second. So they was like, why you're not teaching tonight? I was like, I'm going to be hanging out with Dr. Golden.
Perfect. So this is the spin class tonight, everybody. Tori's gonna be here. This is the spin class tonight.
Hi,
So
Brandy. Yes.
let's go ahead and get this started. For those of you who don't know Tori, you have the floor. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, we're going to hop right in. My name is Latoria. I go by on Instagram and social media as Get Fit Tori. I am a mother. Woo! I'm a mother and a wife of 2 kids. I teach Spanish. I'm a Spanish instructor. We're getting questions already. So I'm a Spanish instructor at the 24 Hours at Miami Gardens. I teach on Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m., but not tonight because I'm hanging out with Dr. Golden, Chairside. And I also do a lot of advocacy for health and fitness. I have my own personal health-related story. I've lost 105 pounds, so I started my Instagram blogging and social media a few years ago, and now we're here. I actually met Dr. Golden through Instagram, so that's how that goes.
Yeah, that was a fun story. You want to go ahead and tell that?
I was like, who is this Dr. Golden that I keep seeing coming up on Instagram? And I was like, okay, let me go look on his page and see what he's about. So yes, 105 pounds. It's been a few years. I know I'm trying to answer the questions as they come in, so we don't get behind. But 105-pound weight loss, and I've been able to maintain that for the last 7 or 8 years. So that's pretty much what I do with my social media is I take the time to help teach others or give them advice as to what they can do to help better themselves and learn from my story. So going back to Dr. Golden, I found him on social media. It seemed like everybody that I knew you. So
Right.
I was like, I have to meet this dentist. I was looking for a dentist already. I had stayed at my old dentist for years and I just went for regular check-ins. But I went to your office and as soon as I walked in, I liked the playlist. I was like, okay, this is different. This is nice. And then what was that? The beginning of January of this year, I think.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, long journey, but as of today, I'm still there. So
And you will be
that's all
there,
about it.
a patient
I
for
will be,
life.
yes, I am a patient for life, and I have referred tons of people. So that's always good because everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to your dentist." I'm like, "Okay, tell them I sent you."
Yeah, I remember when you came in, we were basically talking about we knew so many people. We had so many people in common, And so it's like, how did we
It's like,
never
did we
meet,
go
you
to the
know?
same school or something? Like, it was just, it's just weird how, yes, Tamika, you should go see Dr. Golden. I have to say, when I walked in your office and I was like, wow, am I hearing City Girls? I was like,
The
are they saying
clean version. We
everything
keep
is
it clean.
clean? But I think that's what set you apart from other dentist offices is that it's very family friendly. And you guys actually know us by name and not by just a chart. So when I walk in now, it's like, hey, Latoria. I was like, you know, like, hey, like, yeah, I think that makes a difference when it comes to patient and client with the doctor. It makes a huge difference that they know you by name. Staff is very friendly. I love you guys. And so when I came and then you told me this is what you need to do, I just in that moment I was like, okay, I'm gonna do all the things that I've always put on the back burner and get that stuff taken care of. So not only just for dental health, but just your overall is something that I was like, okay, let me take this serious and just go down the list and check off everything that I needed to do.
And that's something that we talked about. Like many people don't realize, the mouth is the gateway to the body.
Right,
So something as simple as gum disease that can lead to stroke, heart disease, for the guys out there, erectile dysfunction. Whenever we're telling patients like, look, you need to go ahead and get your cleaning. Everybody wants just a regular cleaning, but if you haven't had a cleaning in over a year plus, then you might need to do a little extra work. Um,
right.
as adults, we have plaque and all that stuff build up on our teeth and under our gums, and that's why you have dental offices for us to go ahead, get that bacteria out of there, and try to get you healthy. I just love teaching our patients about the benefits of oral health. It's often neglected, but
Right.
it connects to your body. So that's one of the things I really want to stress for any of our new viewers here.
Yes, and Dr. Golden is located in Sunrise.
Yeah,
And they was like,
9310 West
you
Commercial
got to
Boulevard.
go there? I was like, yeah. It's when you get like it's a little distance, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I've never like once you get used to the driving, it's not as bad. So I
If
know
you can go to the Sawgrass Mills Mall, you can come to our office. Like I tell patients that all the time, especially our Miami people, when they
yes,
tell me, "Oh, I drove all the way from, Miami Gardens or Liberty
that's
City,"
me.
and I'm like, "You go to Sawgrass like
I
every
do.
other
I go
week."
right to Tory Burke, so I do.
Exactly. You just go one stop further, and
Yeah.
we're right there,
So
and you can take care of some things that you've often neglected. So
yeah.
if you don't mind, Tori, I want to get into like your journey here.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get you with this one. So you were so motivated to move forward with your treatment, and one of the things that you wanted to do was Invisalign,
yes.
and you just knew of it as Invisalign. You thought you were just gonna put the trays in, and you didn't know that there was gonna be extra work that goes with
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know any of the behind the scenes of the Invisalign treatment.
So
Not only that,
tell your story.
not only the Invisalign, all the background that you had me do before we even jumped to the Invisalign. It was like, I'm like, okay, Dr. Golden, I want my teeth straight. I don't want any gaps, and this is what I want. He's like, hold up, you need to get this done. I had to get the two in the back removed, right? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to do the bone graft. So I think doing that first and then getting into the Invisalign was like going in steps, if that makes sense. And I like that you did that as opposed to just throwing me in there. Now, the Invisalign, okay.
Oh, and Invisalign. Hold up, before you start, Invisalign, the company follows Tori. They follow her.
I told them to
So
come onto this chat. I don't know if they did, but Invisalign, if you're out there, we're saying hi to you guys. I was like, are they following you? Because they're following me.
no, they don't. They don't follow just regular dentists. They follow big timers like Tori.
I'm not yet. So the Invisalign journey has been at first when I first got them, it took me a little time to get used to it because I always felt like there was something in my mouth. Actually it is, but just the repetitive putting the trays in my mouth and then my mouth feeling like something's in there. It felt kind of awkward, if that makes sense. And it changed the way I talked a little bit. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So
The
it
tightening of
does.
the. Okay, yeah, because everyone's like, why do you keep doing, like, when I work out, I get dry mouth, and I'm like, and they're like, why are you doing it? I'm like, it's my Invisalign. Like, I have to show it everywhere I go. And it's like, oh, okay. But the Invisalign, I had the one thing that I had to get used to was the initial putting in the Invisalign per tray. So with each tray, it got tighter and tighter. And for some, I don't know, maybe you can explain this part, but it felt really tight, like really tight. And then when I went to eat like broccoli, I'm like, so that's that's the only thing I could compare it to. But it's been a journey, and then maybe you can go back and talk about the second round of Invisalign.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, like you say, it is a bit of a journey. So you have to go through the process in regards to having attachments added to your teeth. And then
right,
when you
yes,
place each new tray on, it's going to be tight. So we try to warn our patients at delivery what's going on. And what cracks my team up the most is the facial expressions of each of the patients. You guys, when you come in, you think you're just going to get the trays and walk out. And it's like,
yes,
no, we explain to you, hey, we're going to have this basic 30-minute appointment where we're going to go ahead and do all these different things from placing the attachments, do something called IPR where we polish the teeth. And then
yes.
after that's done, we put the final trays on. And I put the top tray in first and say, hey, it's going to be a little tight. Once you have those clear aligners on and they're super tight, you might want to take something like Motrin because
You might, you should.
yeah, that tray is going to be tight because now it's activating and it's starting to move your teeth. And with those little attachments that we put on the teeth, those hooks, it's moving the teeth.
Yeah,
So when you guys think of braces, when you have your brackets, those attachments are just like brackets, kind of, and it's moving the teeth along where they need to be. And every time
right.
you put on a new tray, it's tight, just like if anybody's ever worn braces, when you get your wires tightened, right, Walea, it hurts. It's super tight because we got to move those teeth to where they
But
need
you
to
don't
be.
think you just looking at the trays, you don't think that they're gonna do all that. Not
You don't
even
think they're
even
that powerful, yeah.
exactly. Even just taking like I don't know if people will want to see me take it out, but just seeing okay, it's just a tray, like it's just a clear little tray that you put in your mouth, just to see the teeth moving over the weeks. I was like, oh my gosh, like you don't see it the next day, but throughout the weeks, as the weeks go on, you can actually start to see the teeth shifting, which is what it's supposed to do. But just to see it in action with the trays and continuing each week, it's like, wow, like this is really working.
Right.
But it's
So
gonna come with the tightening of the teeth.
yeah, that's gonna happen regardless. So somebody asked Tori, are there things you aren't allowed to eat like braces? You tell me, are you restricted to eating anything in particular?
I pretty much eat whatever I want. I just stopped eating nuts personally because when I was at my old dentist, I had a crown and it cracked from eating the almonds. So a
So
few
you
years
have
ago,
trauma, past trauma.
yeah, I was like, no, we're not doing the nuts. But you can eat whatever you want, but you do have to floss a whole lot more. And you have to brush your teeth. So I have my little brushing bag that I have at work. I gotta scroll to see. Okay.
So in your situation, the reason you had to floss more is because of us doing the little polishing of your teeth.
Yeah,
So for us to move a certain tooth, we had to create a little space. And now that you have that little space, you knew you had to clean a little bit more. And that's
right.
something that we tell ahead of time. But most of the time when we have our patients, they kind of just like, I want to get this on so I can go.
Right.
But it's super important that you listen to what the docs say, and then also we reinforce and we'll throw the assistant there to kind of go over everything with you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So I have a dental floss everywhere. It's in my purse, it's at my desk, it's in my car. I
yeah,
have it everywhere I go. And the good thing is, I have brought a backup tray for my Invisalign because with the initial set that you give us, we get the initial tray, but I have an extra backup tray so I don't wrap it up in tissue and then someone throws it.
and throw it in the
So
garbage. And
throw it in
and
the
then
garbage
Tori,
with it.
when you're wearing your Invisalign, you wear your Invisalign, guys, for 22 hours for the day. So
Yes.
the only time you take it out is when you need to eat. So you
Do you want me to
sweep
take
it.
out the top tray to show people?
Nah, that might be gross. Nah, don't scare them away. Don't scare them away.
I can do it from a distance. I mean, it's I have them there right now. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Yeah, and then you can see you've been wearing yours for a while now, so your
Yes,
speech is you've kind of gotten used to it. But
yes,
I always tell my patients when they start wearing it for the about first 2 weeks or so, it's a little difficult to kind of talk. You
yes,
have to just kind of get used to it, but you slowly get used to it, and you see a huge improvement in your speech.
yes. So you do wear them pretty much all day, all night, except for when you're eating and you're drinking, you take it out.
Perfect.
Even when I
So
work out, I still wear it. Sometimes I do want to take it out because I feel like like I have dry
your
mouth. So
mouth gets dry. Yeah,
yeah,
and
but
that
I'm
happens
used
with
to
some
it now.
people.
So I have my water with me now. I do drink water with them in. So
Yeah, and that's something that you can do. So perfect. So you talking about working out. Can you give the people a little preview of the working out progress that you have? Like, I know you're all about active rest. That's something me and you joke about a lot. But can you talk about exactly like what type of fitness you're into?
I think you had a question down here, Dr. Golden. Do you have to remove a tooth like when you have braces?
Not necessarily. Each case is different, but normally what you're thinking about when orthodontists are removing teeth for spacing, they remove the
Mm.
first premolar and then they're trying to kind of shape the arch. But with Invisalign, no, normally you don't have to do that. Each case is different. I'm never going to say never, but we would evaluate your case and see exactly what's going on.
Oh, okay. So I do have active rest. So an active rest day is instead of taking a full rest day, you do something active. Like you go for a walk, you do yoga. It's just about keeping your body moving and staying active. For me, for the most part, how I lost 105 pounds and how I've been able to keep it off is just by having a good first of all, you got to have a good nutrition plan. What are you going to be eating? A lot of people skip breakfast and skip lunch and have a big dinner thinking that, oh, okay, well, I saved myself a lot of calories. But then you have one big meal and you overate for the day. So you're thinking, okay, well, I didn't eat breakfast, I skipped lunch, and I had a big dinner. Why am I not losing weight? You're probably not losing weight because you're still eating too many calories. So what I've learned and I've taught myself and what works for me is having 3 meals a day. So I
Okay.
have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'll have two snacks. And for some, they might say, okay, well, you're eating too much. And I'm like, I'm not eating too much. It's just I'm eating smaller portions, but it's lasting me for the entire day. So
For your regimen, how many calories a day are you intaking?
somewhere between 18 to 2,000, but I'm not a really, I can, so, yes, you have, Tamika, you know you got to eat breakfast, girl. 18 to 2021, it depends on like what I'm trying to do. So like summertime fine, I kind of like drop my drop my calories to about 1,800. I like to stay between 2,000 just because I do a lot of great high intensity workouts. So I need the energy. And that's another thing. A lot of people will say, okay, well, I'm going to cut out all my carbs. That's the worst thing that you can do is cut out all your carbs because carbs is the fuel that you need to do your workout. So for me, I always encourage having carbs and fats and proteins at every meal and even eating snacks. I even encourage having meals that normally wouldn't look like a healthy meal. So if you're out with your family, it's okay to have a slice of pizza or two. I think that's to when you're having a lifestyle change, hot girl summer, summertime. Yeah. So, but I like to encourage others to just eat normal, but try to do switches or try to do supplements. So, for example, if you're a person who used to eat 3 slices of pizza, um, so I'll just do throw myself as an example. I would have like 3 slices of pizza, dinner rolls, and a brownie. So now I would probably just have 2 slices of pizza, one dinner roll, and then a salad. But the thing is that your goal is to cut back. You're not trying to eliminate and throw everything out the window. You're just cutting back. And
Everything in
that's what,
moderation.
Yes, moderation. So that's what's been good for me. Now my workouts, I do teach class on Wednesdays, and then I also do my regular boot camp classes with iCan Fitness. So that's kind of like my daily routine.
What about those dance classes? Because I keep seeing you doing all these crazy dance classes with Uncle
Dan-
Luke songs. What's that
dan-
about?
Dance classes is it's a cardio. It's a full body workout. And if you love to dance, that's the thing. You gotta find classes that are fun and that you enjoy doing. That's a lot of people have an issue with finding workouts that works for them. For me, I like dancing. I'll go take a dance class. For other people, they don't like dancing. Maybe you want to do yoga, but it is a workout. So I just try to find them when I can. And that's pretty much how I do my workout routine. It may look like I work out every day, but I don't. I do have rest days.
Every day active rest. Like every time I look around, if I hop on Instagram, I see you doing a spin class, and so now I know I need to go work out. I need
Yes,
to go do some.
everybody on this live, I need y'all to come check out my spin class. Dr. Golden said he will one day when he gets time. I will even substitute a class on your day off so you can come visit.
Challenge
Um,
accepted. You know I don't run from challenges. So I see a question. What's your opinion about fasting and keto diets?
Fasting is good if you're doing it right. Intermittent fasting is when you go for a number of hours fasting without eating, and then you have that big window to eat. So it's good if you do it right, and it could also not work for you. So you got to find something that works for you. I can do intermittent fasting, but it's not something that I can stick to. So intermittent fasting is a 24-hour window. You cut that window. I think some people do 10 to 14, so you're doing like a 14-hour fasting with a 10-hour window to eat. The problem is people don't eat, people are not eating within the window that they have because maybe it doesn't work out for their schedule. The main goal is that you're eating in a surplus. So it doesn't matter what diet you pick or whatever lifestyle, you have to still eat within a surplus in order for you, within a deficit in order for you to lose weight. Keto, I tried it, but it's not something that I recommend because it's hard to stick to. So the goal is to find something that you can do continuously 3, 4, 5 years from now. So if you know that you can't do a keto diet, let's say 8 months from now, because you've eliminated all the things that go against keto, will it work for you? It will work in the beginning, but you want something that you can do a year from now. So I just try to stick to protein, carbs, and fats, and my snacks, and just breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All
It's
right, now
not a bad thing.
back to that now. You said breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I saw a few people complain about how they can't eat breakfast. What are some tips you would have for them to incorporate breakfast into their life? I'm looking at you, Mahalia.
I mean, breakfast is one of the hardest. I don't know why. Maybe because we're getting up late and we're rushing out the door. But you can have a simple breakfast. You can have a protein shake. You can add protein to your shake. You can meal prep your breakfast. Maybe like on a Sunday, you can do two breakfast meal preps, Monday and Tuesday, and do it again on Wednesday. It's just a matter of finding quick meals that you can do for breakfast. You can do egg omelets and do them in a little muffins and have them for the week and freeze them. So it's not necessarily that you shouldn't have breakfast. I think what it is that people don't make the time to maybe get up extra 20 minutes early to make their breakfast or make it the night before. And when you wake up, it's already done. So you could do that too.
Exactly. And then don't forget about Fit Life meals.
You
Both
know
you
it was
and I.
coming.
You knew that was
I was
coming.
going to throw them in there.
They
I
need to
used to
sponsor you, by the way. Fit
I
Life.
did before they had the blow up.
Uh-huh.
I was an ambassador for a few years, but then when the blow up happened, and then I just go and pick up my meals. Hey, Sasha.
Get
So
you
Fit Life is a place. Would you say that is plantation?
that was plantation, yeah.
Okay. So the thing about Fit Life is they're pre-cooked meals that you can order and pick up. That's something that I've been doing for a few years. I really just pick up from my lunch because I work 4 days a week. So I do my lunch. This week I did pick up some extra meals for breakfast, and I pretty much make my own dinner at home. But that's another alternative. If you don't have the time and you would like to try meals, you can always find a place where you can get your meals cooked and pre-made, and then you could just pick them up and cook and microwave them and eat it. So that's another option. Even if you don't want to do meal prep outside, you can spend 2 hours on Sunday for your week. So you can prep your breakfast, you can prep your smoothies, you can freeze them in a bag. But you will have to make some type of time and effort to put aside to say, okay, I'm going to make this for my breakfast, I'm going to make this for my lunch, and maybe you have to do that 2 times out the week. But you're going to have to put in some effort and to make your meals work for you so that you can see the results that you want. And that's that's a thing that a lot of people have a problem with, is finding a plan that works for them and sticking to it. So I've been doing this for too long, and my plan, it just works for me now. So I just pick up I can meal prep sometimes, but I just prefer to buy them now. It's easier.
Yeah.
It makes life easier.
It makes life easier, especially if you're busy. For me, I love their breakfast because, like everyone on here, breakfast was the hardest meal. Even if I would get up early, I'm still like, do I really want what I have here in the kitchen? But if I've already invested in, a few of their breakfast meals for the morning, all right, I'm gonna eat this. And then
Yes,
they
and
have
then
like a huge variety, and so that helps out.
and you never get, like, I never get tired of it because I just rotate. Now, so I will say I do have to step back for like a week or two and then come back because
Yeah.
I like the meals that I like and I eat them all the time.
Uh-huh.
So I might take a week off and make my own meals, but 90% of the time my meals come from Fit Life. That's Sasha. Hi, Sasha.
And then Jally's
So
on here. She knows I like to have my fruits. I love pineapples. So I have like a thing of pineapples from Publix, which is right next door.
yeah,
You know,
you guys have Publix there. So now it's hard sometimes because you have the Greek restaurant, and then
oh my God, it's so good. That Greek restaurant next
that's why I
door.
try to make my appointments in the noonday so I can grab a salad or a pita on the way out. But I think it's good to incorporate. It's not a bad thing to eat out. Like if you're at a restaurant or you're having dinner or you're at a party, like those things are not bad to have. The problem is that a lot of us don't know when to say, okay, I've been doing too much. I got to step back and get back to my meal plan. So
Yeah.
like for myself, I went on vacation for 6 days and I didn't work out. I didn't eat, like watch what I was eating. I just had fun. I know Greek food is the best. I love Greek
Oh,
food. I just
and then
have
don't forget
fun.
we have Carvel right here too. The temptation is real. Like you
I
go to the
know.
dentist and then walk out the door, ice cream, Greek food. Oh my God, it's hard out here.
I know, and then just life is stress. So the thing is, and that's what I like to teach people, at least on my social media platform, is that you don't have to live a restricted life. You can have the foods that you love, but at the same time, you got to understand that you're going to have to cut back somewhere. So if you're used to getting ice cream every week for 3 times a week, you I'm not trying to put you out there. I don't know if you do, but I'm just saying, like, if you're the Oreo milkshakes, like, you have to cut back, and you can say, okay, let me try to make it to a Friday. If I can make it clean to a Friday, I'm going to enjoy myself. But at the same time, you got to. So if you're getting 2 scoops, you got to cut back to maybe 1 scoop or
Yeah,
split.
yeah.
If I'm gonna have McDonald's with my kid with my son, he knows I'm gonna take like 2 nuggets and a few fries, and that's good for me. Like I just want to taste a little bit. He's looking at me
He's
because they know
like, "Are
I'm
we going
always
tonight? Are we going tonight?" You mentioned it, so that means McDonald's
right.
is tonight.
So if I take them out to eat something, I'll split something with them. I think it's all about, yes, finding balance. And once you figure out your balance, you'll be able to, make better decisions. So the thing is not, okay, I'm not gonna have any sugar, I'm not gonna have any carbs, I'm not gonna the thing is, what you want to do is create a lifestyle where you can have those things, but you have to have them in moderation. And I think
Exactly.
that's where a lot of us mess up at, is because we don't look at moderation, we don't look at portion control, which is huge. So when you're talking about portion control in your meals, I don't know if you guys go to, like, down here we have Dutch Pot. It's a Jamaican restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Dutch Pot, places where you get like Chinese food and they load your plate with so much rice.
Yeah.
3 people can eat off that plate. That's not a normal serving size for one person. So the thing is, like, start looking at your portion control if you're going to have rice. Yes, that's my friend Rodney. Arlen Fit. So he's in Atlanta. I would have told him to come check you out, but he doesn't live down here.
He
So
could fly in. We just had
you can
somebody
fly,
from
Rodney.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, you can fly in, Rodney. But portion control is key. I think it's good that it's imperative that people understand portion control. What is portion control? Portion control is if you're having rice, you know, most of us should really just have like a half a cup or a cup. We don't even know what that is because we never measure. So we just eat, and we're expected to eat everything on our plate, and you don't have to. But once you figure out moderation and portion control, you can still eat the things that you love, but now you're like, okay, this is way too much. Let me split this with my coworker or something like that.
Yeah, I know growing up, that's how I was raised. You got to finish everything on your plate.
Everything on your
So,
plate.
and it's like
Right.
to break that that mindset. It's like, all right, well, let me not have all of this.
Right.
You know, you are motivation for a lot of people. I got to get up early at 5 a.m. to work out because of people like you now. So I appreciate that.
I
Just know
see you
that you
getting it in. I see you.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I've got to be like you. But you're a motivation to people like me. What motivates you?
What motivates me is a few things. The reality is I am getting older, so I take more time and consideration into living a healthier lifestyle. Um, I have to go back to when I was at my heaviest. Oh, what is your opinion about cosmetic surgery and liposuction? Do I answer that?
Answer that
No?
after you finish this one.
Okay, so what motivates me is just the fact that when I first started, I was 20. After I had my second child, I was 27, 26, and I was 266 pounds. I had high blood pressure, and it's like once I got high blood pressure, it wouldn't go away. It wouldn't, the pressure wouldn't come down. So then I ended up taking two medications every single day. And one day I woke up, I was like, I can't live like this anymore. So I started working out, eating healthy. So just overall health and fitness and wanting to live a healthier lifestyle and just being there for my kids. I remember trying to push a double stroller because they're 19 months apart. A double stroller, and I'm running out of breath trying to push the stroller, and I was like, I can't. Like, I'm gonna want to be active with them. I want to play kickball and just live a healthier lifestyle to be here for them. So, my majority is my kids, and then just doing something like working out is for me. And a lot of people don't see it like that, and I get it, I understand it, but for me, it's a therapy form for me. So
Nice.
I love working out. It's therapeutic, and sometimes I do it alone, sometimes I'm with a group. But just my overall health just keep it helps me to keep going.
I love it. Love it. And then we'll end on this note. What are your opinions about cosmetic surgery, liposuction, things of that nature?
Um, I think it's to each his own. I will say when it comes to cosmetic surgery, it's that's just the layer of your life. So the cosmetic surgery is going to give you the look that you want, but mentally you still need to eat right. You still need
Right.
to learn how to train your brain and your mind to eat healthier because you can go back to your old habits. So I always say to people, do what makes you feel good, but at the same time, you still mentally have to know how to eat healthier. So liposuction, cosmetic surgery, it's all the same thing. If that's something that you want, and it makes you feel good, I say do it. But at the same time, be considerate of the afterlife after you get the surgery because you're still going to have to maintain what you've done. And I see it a lot in a lot of people that get the surgery. And 2 years from today, maybe they backtrack because they haven't really disciplined themselves to eat healthier. Does
Love it.
Invisalign work on open bites? Do y'all want me to take out my Invisalign? I feel like
No, stop. No,
no.
keep your Invisalign in your
What if I
mouth.
do
No.
it?
Yes, it can work on open bites. Each case
See,
is different. She did it. She just
now I'm
wanted to
gonna.
take the Invisalign
This
out.
is the top one. Now I'm gonna put it back in.
This is why I love my patients. They do the
We have
most.
to show the real deal, Dr. Golden. Like people want to know.
Tori, you are a pleasure. I appreciate you
Thank
from the
you.
bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for keeping our day super light whenever you come in, and you are definitely a joy. If you guys have any additional questions, please reach out to Tori. She does answer her DMs.
I
Don't go in her
do.
DMs crazy though. Any of the guys out there, her
Oh my
husband will
God.
get you.
I just wanted to congratulate you and your staff. I see that you do a lot of work in the community, and I love that. I think it's important that we see more dentists that look like us. I think it's a major part of our growth in our community, and just a diverse office. And I think that's what sets you apart is that you and your staff not only just know us by our chart or our file, that you guys know us by name, and that you're an ed. It's almost like your office is like an educational office, if that makes sense. Like you're a
Yeah,
teacher and a dentist at the same time. So, and
it's
I love that
working.
because a lot of times when you go to the dentist, the hygienist that's cleaning your teeth, they don't talk about the fact that's back there and why it's back there, and just little small things like that. I think that makes a difference. And I can say that everybody that I've referred to your office has always came back and was like, "Oh my God, Dr. Golden!" And then they throw on the playlist at the end. So I think that's good. That I just wanted to give you some kudos for that, for staying in the community and
Thank
you guys
you.
doing your part. We appreciate that. Mahalia is laughing.
Yes, and
So
then
yes.
Gina's mentioning go to university. I love to educate, and I love to educate in a fun way. There are too many people that kind of get stuffy, and the message can get lost. I
Mhm.
love how much knowledge a lot of my colleagues have, but we
Mhm.
want to make sure that we're disseminating that knowledge to the audience properly. We want to make sure that they're able to understand what we're saying. So if we need to water down the conversation a little bit to make sure that everyone gets it, then do
Right.
it. So you've seen me, Tori, talk to a patient about, oh, they need scaling and root planning with irrigation and laser. I say something like that, it sounds scary, right?
Right.
But all I'm saying is, in their terms, is they need a quote unquote deep cleaning. I always tell my patients, I understand this is what you call it, but the correct term is scaling and root planning. We want to get under the
Right.
gums. We want to make sure that we get that bacteria out. We're going to do irrigation because we're going to flush the system. And then finally, the laser is going to help promote healing.
Right. So that
By
was another thing that when I came, I was like, but I always get a cleaning. He's like, no, this is the like as a client or a patient, we just say, okay, the regular cleaning that you get with your insurance, and maybe
oh,
that's all you think that you need. So, so when you break it down and you explain it, it makes us as a patient like, oh, okay, because to me, all I know is the cleaning that you get with you. So when you break it down and you explain this is what you need and why, it makes a lot of more sense. And one thing before we go, I know personally with a lot of my followers on Instagram, everyone's like, how much? And
always.
it is a thing, like, to
Yeah.
be realistic, it is something that as patients, we're always gonna, I don't know, a lot of people are always gonna say how much, but I think if you have a staff that breaks it down and explain your options, and you guys gave me options I didn't even realize I could even have until someone broke it down to me. I was like, okay, I can do this. So I think that's important too, because I can say from previous experiences, it was like, this is what you need, but there were no options or anything like that to explain to me that you do have options. So I just wanted to let you know that that did encourage me to move forward.
Oh, thank you. And
So,
shout out to my staff that's on here.
woo-hoo, I see
Shout
you
out to
guys.
I love my team. Jally's on here. We have the happy helpers, Mahalia and Gina. Shout out to Walea. She always comes through. I love my team. I want to highlight my team. I'm gonna spotlight them because without them, I'm nothing. And thank you for noticing them. They
Yes,
work
I
very
do.
hard and they appreciate all the love.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tori, we appreciate you. This was fun. Definitely probably going to do it again one day in the future. Take it easy
Good.
tonight, all right? And go active rest, right? Active rest.
I actually have a workout that I'm going to get to in 20 minutes. I'm
Look,
already
see?
dressed.
She already dressed for the workout. Stop making
But I
people
did
feel
have a rest.
bad.
I did rest yesterday. You got to be ready to go. Like once you say we out, I have to go. I have to go to my workout, and I think that's another thing. You got to be ready.
Yeah. I
So
didn't forget about Gina Jolly. I said it. That's the happy helpers.
yeah,
Mahalia
you
and Gina
did.
are on here.
Yes, you did. You did. I'm sure I have an appointment coming up, so I'll see you guys soon. I always have to
Definitely.
call me like, do I have an appointment? No, girl, your appointment is 2 weeks from now.
And we keep you organized. Yes, we
Yes,
do.
I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you so much, Tori. You have a good night.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Bye.